You know how they say success is all about consistency, right? Or gaining fat is also all about consistency. Consistency in overeating. And this is why clients actually have high success rate in my coaching program. Because I'm not here to help them with just personal training. Exercise is just one part of creating a sustainable transformation. I make sure they're so personalized such that they can actually get away with just 2 to 3 workouts a week, and that's good enough to get them lean. Afterwards, we make sure that they graduate with high confidence that they can keep this weight off for the rest of their life.
Infinite Wealth people, got my good friend Preston over here. He is a transformation coach, and specifically, he works with very busy people, show them how to gain muscle, lose fat, and he works with a lot of busy people. I like that, because many of you are busy. And many of you say, you know what, I can't be like the other guys. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not an athlete. Can't spend 4 or 5 hours in the gym. And therefore, there's an excuse for why I cannot be in the best shape of my life. But Preston works with this kind of people, and he helps them lose weight, lose fat, gain muscle. And many of these are fathers, corporate executives, managers, bosses, CEOs, famous people. And when they come to Preston, they are not in good shape. And Preston guides them through health, nutrition, mindset. And sooner or later, they start wearing singlets, looking good. And it's all down to Preston. So today we're going to explore what mistakes did they make before they came to find him, what Preston got them to do right, how you can apply some of these. Okay, so Preston, quick intro for yourself.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Melvin. So hi everybody, my name is Preston, and what I do is that I work with a lot of elite professionals like coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, business owners, and even investors on really how they can take back control of their health and fitness and their body, so that they can look, feel, and ultimately become the badass version of themselves again, so that they can do more of what they love, basically.
Awesome. So welcome, Preston. Like I said, work with a lot of busy people, and you help them overcome those excuses. So I want to ask you a quick question. Sure. What are these people doing wrong when they come and find you? Because like we mentioned earlier just now, a lot of them, when they come and find you, they use excuses like, bro, getting old. It is like that one. As an excuse for why they're not in good shape. It's almost like a reality that they accept that, you know what, young is when all the good things happen. As you get older, you must be fat, you must be out of weight, you must be drinking a lot, you must have lower energy. It is something that they seem to accept. But I like to think it might not be true. It might be something they're either doing, not doing, drinking, not drinking, eating, not eating, etc. What mistakes are they making when they come find you?
That's a great question, man. And a lot of the clients actually come to me, right? Number one thing is that they forget about their lifestyle, all right? I mean, some of them are fathers, so it's very normal for them to be eating a bit more, moving a bit less because they need to take care of their kids. And sometimes when their kids don't finish their food, what happens? The father finishes everything, right? So there's a lot of pitfalls or blind spots that they don't see. And a couple of things that they're actually doing, right, is actually eating more. It's not actually their metabolism has slowed down. The reality is that they're eating more unknowingly sometimes and moving way lesser. Especially right now, I believe most of them have cars as well, right? They drive from place to place, they park at the nearest car park. Everything is so convenient, but that actually creates a lot of poor health and fitness down the line.
Yeah, it does seem that they seem to consume more. They start to care less. And I almost want to say that the reason they get fat, and I'm trying to get to a point here, is nothing to do with age. It's to do with the fact that last time, maybe they didn't care what they eat. They didn't care that they were drinking a lot. Because last time, maybe they were in uni, maybe they're in college, maybe last time, right after they do all these kind of bad habits, there was that, maybe dragon boat, or floorball, or soccer, or things that, got them moving. Now the problem, I want to ask if it's true, the problem is when you're in your 30s and 40s, you keep the eating and the drinking habits of your 20s, but not the exercise habits and the moving habits of your 20s, right? In fact, the worst is when you drink and eat even more. Then that might be a problem, yes or no?
Definitely, man. It is definitely the problem, because when they start to move less and they maintain the eating habits, automatically, to put it very technically, is that they will be in what we call a calorie surplus. And that's actually going to cause that fat gain, that weight gain, especially if they continue doing it for decades. So One day they wake up, they look in the mirror, they're like, holy shit, what happened? Happens to everybody I speak to.
So, because I feel that when people eat and drink in a certain way, it becomes a habit. And just because they get older, they don't cut it. In fact, what tends to funnily happen, I'm driving towards the point. My point is, age is not the reason, right? My point is, I feel that last time, maybe they were in uni, they eat and drink a lot, and also they're on their limited budget, and they move a lot. As they get older, because they make a bit more money, so they start eating more, and they drink even like, last time we got to drink cheap ass beer. Now they're drinking like hardcore stuff, right? So in terms of whatever they're putting in their bodies, in terms of toxin or calories, increase. But then all of a sudden the exercise decreases because they're like, oh, I got no time. Do you see that?
Oh, all the time, man, all the time. So every time when a client comes to me and they say that they don't have time, it's because they think that when it comes to exercise, it needs to be hardcore, like 5 to 6 days a week, go to the gym, go for your cardio. And even then, when it comes to activity alone, a lot of them actually, don't understand that they can actually do something so simple and still lose weight on the same 24 hours that they have.
Yeah.
Just by optimizing certain things in their lifestyle.
Yeah, and they stop going to the gym because I think they start saying things like, yeah, busy, no time. Because maybe last time when they went to the gym, it was always like 1 hour, half, 2 hours, Saturday afternoon. And then now they just say, you know what, I'm not like 22 already. I cannot do it anymore. So I think what I'm driving at in this interview with you is the fact that, number one, age is not a reason. And I really want people to stop saying things like, hey, you know what, I'm fat, I'm slow, because I'm getting older. No, I don't think you're getting older. I think you have ignorance in knowledge. Maybe you are lazy. I think that's the real reason. And if you fix these things in knowledge and behavior and eating, etc., then you don't have to be out of shape just because you're getting older. Would that be fair? Because for as long as we all hold on to an excuse, it's very hard to move forward. You don't understand. I'm not 22 already. I'm 42, so I should be like that. Am I correct?
Totally correct. That's exactly the case as well. So it's not really about age, not really about genetics, not even about family history. It's about what they can do right now, according to their current busy lifestyle, their responsibilities, and finding what I call the low-hanging fruit and get something done. Because ultimately, it's not the best plan, right? The best plan in the world, if you're not executing it, is not a best plan at all. It needs to be something that they can do right now and sustainably, so that they can lose the first 5, 10 kg, 20 kg, see their belly slim down, so on and so forth.
That is fantastic. So then let's talk about it, right? You got a father. Let's say we don't find a young guy. We find a father. We find a father, 42 years old, 44 years old. We find a father, two, 3 kids, right? Got a job. He comes to you, been drinking too much beer, got a little bit of the beer belly, muscles all gone. Maybe he used to work out, maybe not. He comes to you, doesn't like his body. Give me your process for what do you do with this person? What do you start him on? What do you ask him to stop doing or start doing? Exercise-wise, I mean, the guy is not deadlifting. Maybe he hasn't gone to the gym in forever. Give me the whole thing. How do you transform this guy?
That's actually very funny because a lot of people that I coach are in their late 30s, late 40s, and they happen to be fathers as well, 2 to 3 kids usually. So anyway, the profile is really suited to what I've been coaching or clients I've been coaching. And what happens is this, right? At the start, it's all about really understanding where they're at. It's not about giving them something and then expecting them to do it. Because the way I do things is more like a coaching process. In fact, what I do is that I cover the 5 key transformation pillars with every client. We talk about their workouts, their nutrition, their lifestyle, their habits, and even their mindset. And this is why clients actually have high success rate in my coaching program. Because I'm not here to help them with just personal training. The truth is, exercise is just one part of creating a sustainable transformation. So what I do is that by understanding where they are at right now, we're going to go and get them to do the easy, manageable stuff first so that they can build some confidence, build some momentum, what I call the foundational process. And once they get a bit more confident, we move on into the conditioning process where we get them to do a little bit more, maybe a little bit better, a little bit more frequent, try something new that they actually enjoy. And then once they start to see even more results, they get even more motivated, we bring them to the breakthrough stage. And this is where things become the new normal for them. They start to see themselves fitting their clothes better. Their wife starts to compliment them. Their girlfriend starts to compliment them. People say, hey, Dan, what are you doing? You're losing quite a lot of weight. Looking very good. All right. And then they start to integrate this as a system in their life. No longer do they feel that they need to struggle with motivation. No longer the excuses like, oh, I got no time. Because the fact is, in this coaching program or the coaching process, I make sure they're so personalized such that they can actually get away with just 2 to 3 workouts a week, and that's good enough to get them lean. All right. Then afterwards, we make sure that they graduate with high confidence that they can keep this weight off for the rest of their life.
Yeah. Then let's talk about it, right? So they get them in. What's the first thing you do for them, right? Is it to fix their nutrition? What's the lowest hanging fruit? So I get example. The guy comes in. First thing you do for them, what do you do?
So let's say this guy's a father, right?
Yeah.
And it really
Father,
depends.
job, yeah.
Yeah, so everybody has a different how should I say it, situation. So everybody's style might be different. For some of them, it could be nutrition. This guy probably maybe he has poor exercising, but he's pretty good with his nutrition. So what we'll do is that we double down on that and make sure that he actually looks out for the blind spots and addresses them. And then we can slowly add in or ramp up the exercise from there.
What is an example of good nutrition? Because I find a lot of people are not very conscious. It is like they go to a hawker center and eat the one with the shortest queue.
Awesome.
Let's also dive in a bit more specific. What is good nutrition?
True. So when it comes to having a decent nutrition, it's about having somebody who eats their vegetables, eat enough protein, don't go berserk with their beers, their pizzas or whatever. So there are some clients like that already who pay attention to their food choices. At the same time, what actually screws them over is the weekend diets. So what happens is that they're pretty diligent on Monday to Friday because they have like work and all that stuff. But when it comes to the weekends, that's when they bring their families out. They have an ice cream or two, snack with when they watch a movie. That's what throws them off balance. So one thing that we normally do is actually to make them aware of their dietary process or their nutrition process by, we could do a food diary, by doing a photo log. There's a lot of things that we can do with a client.
So what do you see are the common mistakes that Asian people make with their diet? So you mentioned one, right? Weekend diet. Then let's go even specific. Do people eat a lot of junk food? Do people are they mostly unconscious? Are there any hidden just fat stores? Like diet killers that most people think are just pretty normal that they eat. Should everyone stop eating laksa or Hokkien mee? Give us some of your take.
Awesome. So when it comes to people who want to start losing weight, right? Automatically, what they do is that they overly restrict. So they overly restrict for a couple of days, couple of weeks, and then they go on an all-out rampage, binge eating. That seems to be the problem with a lot of people. And also the unconscious weekend eating and also snacking as well. Like, this little thing doesn't hurt, just one chicken pie is not going to do much. But yet, if they were to go and take a look at the nutrition data of what a chicken pie entails, it's probably around 600, 700 calories. It's kind of like eating, a McChicken meal, for example, with small medium fries. So it's about, I think the lack of nutrition awareness is what actually causes them to slip up most of the time. And when it comes to food, there's no one specific food that actually causes them to gain weight, but it's more so about all the little occasions that happens over a period of time that causes them to gain that weight, gain that fat.
So it's not that one meal that one meal it's just this lack of awareness all throughout.
Exactly. So it's how they say success is all about consistency, right? Or gaining fat is also all about consistency. Consistency in overeating. Yeah.
Then what do you get them to do? Because I think a lot of people feel, right, you are absolutely right, when people want to start this weight loss journey, they do one or two things. Right, and it's all down to the ignorance. I think number one is stop eating. Right, I think we have heard of women who do that. Just like they don't eat, or they go from maybe 2,500 calories to like they eat an apple. That's it. Yeah. So that's the first one. The second one is then they feel that in order to be healthy, then they have to eat an extreme diet. So it's like, okay, then raw food, the broccoli, boiled chicken 3 times a day. Your thoughts on this? Good idea, bad idea, sustainable idea? Is this what it takes? This is what we gotta do. We gotta eat boiled broccoli and steamed chicken breasts. That's what we gotta do 3 times a day.
Well, I'm laughing because I've been guilty of that in the past as well. And a lot of the people that I speak to, they actually try these kind of extreme diets. I had a client who actually just drink water or do a water fast for many days. I got another client who went on an apple diet. All right. And of course, all the common fat diets, your juice diet, your keto, all that stuff. Yeah, it works if you want to rob the joy out of your life. But ultimately, right, when it comes to losing weight, it just needs to be sustainable in the long term. And a lot of times it's not about belonging to any kind of diet camp, but rather understanding how you can adjust your nutrition right now, right, and getting results. So one simple thing that a lot of people can do is just simply to halve the food that they're eating. Literally, eat Hokkien mee, no problem, just halve it. You eat McDonald's, no problem, just halve it. I guarantee you that you'll lose weight. Yeah. So, but ultimately is that not only just about having, not about avoiding, but it's more so about understanding how do you add more food into your diet as well. A lot of the men that I coach, they think that they're eating enough vegetables, but hey, the amount of vegetables they're eating, right, I think it's not even enough for their kids. And a lot of men who say that they eat a lot of protein, guess what? They're eating a lot of fat as well. Like that steak, comes with a lot of fat. That 5 eggs you eat with the yolk is going to come a lot of fat. That cheese that you think is protein, hey, guess what? There's a lot of fat as well. And you know how some people actually, when they want to be healthy, they start snacking on nuts. I mean, better than, chips or ice cream. Yes, it is better. But guess what? Having a full bag of nuts is a heck load of calories, man. Right? When it comes to nuts, right, actually you want to graze on them and just like a small handful and not a heaping pile or a whole bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then
Yeah.
So that's why people think that, I eat nuts, I eat so healthy, how come I can't lose weight? There we go. So there's a lot of the unknown, little unknowns here and there.
That is fantastic. So first thing first, we gotta fix a diet. Gentle changes. Give me a gentle change. Like what is an example of a gentle change? Right? We got a guy previously unconscious, lunchtime, go downstairs, bak chor mee, bak chor mee, plus this, plus that, 550. He feels his stomach is full, he carries on now. Maybe not the best thing for cholesterol, for health, for so many things. What do you advise him to do now? Like first small change. Because he might think without this interview or without speaking to you, he might think shit, now water. Or he might think, okay, wake up early, boil chicken breast, and broccoli. But what's one change you make him do now?
So if you want to eat bak chor mee, right? If he wants to eat that, very
Half of it.
Half of it. But otherwise, it's not just about half.
Hungry there, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So good question. So a lot of times, right, when it comes to coaching clients, it's about adding first, not removing. So they can still maintain their bak chor mee, but what they want to do is, let's say, go to the spinach soup shop and buy spinach soup, add more spinach inside, for example. Then they realize that, hey, actually I eat half the bak chor mee, but I still eat spinach soup. I'm quite full, but I still feel quite good about it. Then when they start to feel a bit more confident already, okay, let's go and add a little bit more of, let's say, protein, meat options, for example. So, for example, I do have some clients who like to go to hawker centers and coffee shops. So what I do is that one thing that we do is actually to go and order from multiple shops. They can still eat a bak chor mee, but they can go to a chicken rice store and buy, let's say, $5 chicken breast, for example. All right, or go to the Cai Fan store, just buy a drumstick. Go to 7-Eleven and buy the, microwavable chicken, for example. A lot of ways to piece it together. It really depends on where they are at, where they go. So usually when it comes to the initial process of working with a client, I always ask them what's the schedule like, what's the lifestyle like, where do they go? And then from there, I can actually offer them some personalized advice as well. Something that they can do.
This just makes so much sense. It's great. So they can eat your stuff, but you must eat all the other good stuff first. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. But by the time after you eat all the good stuff, you got no stomach space left to eat the shit stuff. That's the funny thing. So confirm, right? You don't even, because when I first heard it, I was like, all right, so that makes sense. You tell her to eat a half a hamburger, but he's not go. But I'm half full, I'm hungry. Like the way you think. So that's the first one. I hope everyone listening find a bit of value there. Second thing, let's talk about exercise. That's the second thing. A lot of people say, all right, cool. Maybe because we got a lot of guys in Singapore who serve in the army. And so when they're 40 something, they attempt to go back to the 5BX and some kind of extreme army kind of workout. Maybe their joints cannot do it. I don't know if trying to do a 5-7K run and do what they used to do in BMT is the best idea. Some of them do it. They hurt themselves. Some of them don't. They feel like, oh my God, this is crazy. And because here in Infinite Wealth, when a lot of people want to get exercise, the only thing they do is a few things. Not many people do pull-ups. They mostly do push-ups and running. That's it. So that's all. Like that's the idea of fitness. Push-ups, running. That's it. And I don't think that's very comprehensive. So the father, once again, what do you get him to do?
Right. It's awesome. So when it comes to the father, let's say he's super busy, right? I mean, the truth is, when it comes to the exercising, he doesn't even need to go to the gym to go and exercise. So one thing that I actually do is that I ask them what they're most comfortable with doing. Some clients actually prefer just walking a little bit more. In fact, while walking doesn't build muscle, it's a very low-hanging fruit that everybody can do. Just by tracking your steps, walking an additional 2,000, 3,000 steps alone can automatically help you to drop your weight already, right? And of course, the consistency of keeping that up. At the same time, most clients actually do have time for a short 15-minute, 30 minutes workout. which is what I actually program them to do. But like what you said as well, doing that push-ups may not be enough, doing the sit-ups, runs may not be enough, and in fact can be quite detrimental. Because in our modern world, whether you're entrepreneur, consultant, or whatever, you're pretty much still working in front of a computer. And then you're always slumped forward like that already. And then now you got a big belly as well. So you're very front heavy, right? And then if you're going to keep doing more push-ups, you're going to go for a run, what do you think is going to happen to your lower back? Hence why everybody in their 40s, 30s always have lower back problems. Because they forget to train their back and they can't do any kind of pull-up, right? So what do? We want to make sure that the workout program is comprehensive to help them to strengthen the other muscles that they don't see as well. So in the initial foundation program that I give my clients, we actually keep it super simple. Most of my clients, 80% in fact, actually works out from home. Some of them who actually has a gym membership, we get them to do short workouts that they enjoy and they feel motivated with. So it's not about having the perfect program at the start, but it's more important what do they enjoy, what is realistic for their schedule, and what do they, want to build. Some of them like training arms, so we get them to do more arms first. Then eventually add more stuff down the line.
I love the fact that the workouts are just short, because I think it's sustainable, and the fact that the majority of them work out at home, because it takes away the excuse also, right? And that 15 minutes, actually shorter than the 5K, right? To be real honest, right? So then after it takes away excuses. I think the whole program is a lot to take away excuses. So we covered diet, we covered exercise. You got three more things. You got lifestyle, you got mindset. What's the last one?
Habits as well.
They have habits. Then let's quickly cover each one of these, right? Lifestyle. What does that mean? Me tell them to sleep early, or you tell them to basically not go and like the Ed Sheeran song. Bad habits. Nothing good happens after 2. So what kind of lifestyle and habits you get them to shift or add or remove?
Awesome, man. So one thing when it comes to lifestyle is actually for most clients actually is not about sleeping more, but about increasing the quality of their sleep. All right, because some of them you ask them to sleep more, they got young kids, they need to wake up in the middle of the night. How can you ask them to sleep more? Don't make sense. Some of them need to send their kids to school. So if clients can sleep a bit earlier, good, we go for that. But for clients who can't sleep earlier, can't adjust the sleeping schedule, we adjust the quality of their sleep. So certain things like, for example, doing warm showers before bed, making sure that their room, is actually set up for quality sleep, dark, cool, no lights. Before bed, have some kind of a routine or ritual that will be super important. So one thing that I do with a lot of my stressed out clients or busy clients, right, is that because they always have a lot of things on their mind at the back of their mind before they sleep. So one thing that I do is I get them to do voice messages to themselves. Like for example, remind themselves, oh, tomorrow I got this project, I need to meet so and so, blah, blah, blah. So kind of like give them that verbal vomiting, so that they kind of distress and relax after that. Because otherwise they're going to keep thinking, then they fall asleep and then they realize that they wake up, they're so stressed out. So certain strategies like that.
What's the impact of stress on the human body?
Awesome. So when it comes to sleep, right, sleep deprivation is anything around 6 hours and below. All right. So if you find that your mental performance is impaired, you have brain fog, you can't think as fast, you're not productive, you get distracted very easily, I think it's important to actually manage your sleep, right? If you're not sleeping enough as well, it affects your stress levels in a negative way. You'll be more stressed, cortisol level goes up, your body holds on to a lot of water, so you think that you're actually gaining a lot of weight, but technically it's just your body holding on to a lot of water stores as a defense mechanism. All right. Wow. So what's gonna happen to your mood if let's say you see yourself, oh shit, my weight goes up. You feel like shit, right? Then when you feel like shit, you eat like shit, then you really become, affect your health down the line. So it's a lot of different things, man. And stress itself also is not very good in terms of your health markers. All right. A lot of times stress is they say in the modern world, stress is the #1 killer. So we want to make sure that you manage stress. And one of the easiest ways is managing your sleep. You really sleep 1/3 of your life away, you might as well make use of it.
Awesome. That one is really good. So after that one is under lifestyle. And what kind of habits do you have there? So let's talk about habits. And then the last one is mindset. So habits, mindset.
Good question. So when it comes to habits, right, a lot of clients have different habits that they can go for. So perhaps you can talk a little bit more about adjusting the level of activity or being sedentary. So as busy professionals,
one of the habits there, we before I talk about like people like drinking. What are your attitudes towards clients that have the habit of liking their drink? They're like, hey man, you can't tell me, right? So clients have many interesting things. Some of them like drinking. smoking, they've had these kind of things, their way of like, letting off steam. What do you do with these people?
Very good question. I think very interestingly, a lot of people that I work with, they actually want to stop smoking. Right. So smokers that have been smoking for years, they actually want to stop smoking. So one client actually has reduced their amount of smoking by 80% or more ever since he joined the coaching program. So what we do is a very habit-based coaching whereby I actually help him to shift his identity, and instead of telling himself that I have to quit smoking, I tell him to acknowledge that he is not a smoker. It's easier for him to be more congruent, right? Oh, I'm not a smoker, right? So I wouldn't actually smoke a lot, right? I'll probably like smoke once around, maybe social reasons, where we go networking, but I don't smoke. You know what I mean? So he is not living the quote unquote vice life, but he is just exploring once in a while, kind of that mentality. But anyway, when it comes to, let's say, managing that bad habit of drinks, smoking, right? A lot of time people go cold turkey. Hey, I cannot.
Exactly. Oh my God. They're like, I don't quit. I quit never again. But then another last song.
Yeah, exactly, right. So one thing that I tell clients is that, hey, you don't need to go and change overnight. I don't expect you to cut it right now, right? But there are a lot of strategies to help to overcome it. Like one thing, right, is to make it very difficult for them to go and smoke or drink. So for example, don't go and buy your pack of cigarettes, right? Then how you can only go and like share with somebody, right? You're gonna ask the person only, right? That's number one. Number two, when it comes to your drinks, instead of saying that, hey, not drinking, why not you instead of ordering 1 pint, you order half a pint? At the very least, you order 2 half pint, is just 1 pint only, for example, right? So it's about helping them to still enjoy what they, not say enjoy, but not to give up completely, but adjusting their mindset towards things. So we are steadily helping them to adjust that habit, and of course, making them aware that hey, it's a problem. If you don't think it's a problem, then they wouldn't want to change anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah. But a lot of them, they actually want to change. So when I share them strategies like that, they are more willing to participate in it as well.
Awesome. And let's go into habits. You get them to install any new habits? Because we just spoke about getting rid of some bad habits. Are there any other bad habits that you get them to get rid of? Or?
I wouldn't say it's a bad habit, but I would say that a lot of people don't know that they can do it. So one thing is that for most entrepreneurs, yes, you might go and meet clients, right? But when you meet clients, you're still sitting down. You know what I mean? When you do your Zoom meetings online with another person in another country, you're still sitting down. So if you can afford to get a standing desk, that's number one. It actually helps to improve your overall activity already. All right. I can't remember what's the exact percentage, but it is quite a decent amount when you add it up. So that's number one, standing desk. Then number two as well, a lot of times you're going to be on calls, you're going to send a lot of text messages, you're going to do a lot of thinking work. Instead of just sitting down and thinking, why not you just pace around with your phone, right? You could be on a call with somebody instead of standing there, looking at the greens. Why not just walk around and talk to a person? That itself automatically can add a few thousand steps to your day already, which thereby helps you with your quote-unquote slow metabolism, which helps you to lose weight. You know what I mean?
Get out of the office. Get out of the office. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. That's fantastic. That is absolutely great. Do you get them to journal and diary and record all these things, or not so much?
As in to track their journey?
Track workout, track progress. Yes.
Yes. For majority of my clients, yes, at least initially, to build that awareness. Once you get a bit more confident and they kind of have a routine or system ready, they actually don't need to do it anymore. So it really depends on the person's profile as well. Some of them, they are quite detail oriented, so they will actually track everything. Some of them, they're a bit more, just give me a structure, I'll get it done, but I don't really want to track. So it depends on the individual. But most importantly, there needs to be some way to actually measure progress, because if we don't measure progress, then we don't know how to improve. So hence why there's a lot of touch points in our coaching program to make sure that they are actually on track, and to help them adjust back on track if they are off as well. So yeah, we have to track.
Let's talk about the final one, which is mindset. What are some of the mindset shifts you help them make? Identity, different things.
So when it comes to mindset, right, the ultimate thing that I'm trying to do for them is to let them believe in themselves again. I've got clients who come to me feeling a bit depressed, don't know who are they, kind of feel that they lost their way. And so they know that they're underperforming. They look at themselves in the mirror, they know like, damn, where did I go wrong? So 6 months later, right, when I transform their health, their fitness, right, and look at themselves in the mirror, they don't see just somebody looks good. They know that deep down, they're that badass version of themselves again. They know that, hey, I walk my life, with a spring in my step every day, Then they start to become better fathers, better leaders, better whatever, basically, get that belief in themselves, that spirit back up. And that's why I do what I do. But in terms of the process, right, or rather some tangible things that we can talk about, apart from that belief thing, it's actually helping them to change from an all-in, all-out mindset to something is better than nothing mindset. Basically, fixed mindset versus growth mindset. All right. So a lot of times it's like, oh, I want to get fit, but now I'm very busy. I got projects coming in, only end of year I got time. Only end of year I got time. Then guess what? End of year comes, then they say, oh, next year then I got time. So it never happens. Tomorrow becomes years. So one thing that I do is to give them very simple things that they can manage, right? Which actually helps them to realize that, hey, actually, something's better than nothing. Actually, I lost 10 kg just doing this. Yeah, exactly. All right. So this is actually very important as well, because sometimes they have, let's say, meetings that comes up halfway. So then they'll feel like, initially they feel like, I don't have time to do a half an hour workout. But now it's like, okay, 10 minutes better than nothing, right? I cannot control my workout today. Okay, no worries, I control my nutrition. I control my steps a little bit more today, right? I still a little bit better today, so on and so forth. So something's better than nothing.
Every day is a win, like that. Every day is a win, versus like, because I think people spiral. I think there's an upward spiral. That one is called momentum. Then there's a downward spiral. They're called vicious cycle. So and then I think everybody's either every day at every point of time. I really believe this. I think we're either spiraling upwards or spiraling downwards. Because I really think that human beings being alive is being in motion. Now the question is, which motion is it? This motion or this motion? So the fact that they have a win every day is an upward thing. Because I've been in a space where one bad habit leads to the second one. Plus I'll just say it's a fuck it mentality. I've already drank 6 pints. Fuck it. She just engage in the next dumb act and the next dumb act and the next dumb act, and that's a downward one. And then, however, if you're in an upward momentum, one good habit, and you're like, hey, you know what? I just had a good workout. I don't really feel like abusing my body. I think I need some. And it's upward momentum. So I really think that this is really, really good. So I hope everybody watching has learned a lot. We have only gone for 30 plus minutes, but a lot of great content. I think the beauty of just you sharing makes it attainable. Because all people, you are right, always thought that, I need to live in gym, I need to start eating like boiled chicken breast, I need to quit my job, I'll just go and lift weights all day, right? And then they have either or. So it's like, either I'm healthy, but I'm broke, or I'm like fit, but no, it's either I'm healthy or I'm broke, or I'm rich, but I'm fat. I can't have both, and I think this debunks a lot of that. So that's pretty amazing, and hopefully people listening have the aha moment. So if people want to find out more about you, maybe even who knows, speak to you, engage you, what is the method?
That's a good question. They can actually reach out to me on Instagram or even Facebook. Send me a message.
I make you the co-host. I make you co-host, and then you see, you can show people. I think your Instagram is probably the best place. Maybe you should
sure.
Instagram, show the people where they can find out about you.
Okay, got it. Let me just pull out Instagram. There we go. Okay, so this would be my Instagram. My Instagram is actually called Preston. So
Preston.
Yep, so it's a wordplay right there. Wait, where is it? Give me a second.
Yeah, let me find it. Preston. Let's go.
So this is actually my page. So of course, just send me a message there. Hey Preston, I watched your podcast with Melvin. Or you can even maybe just send a message to Melvin, and I think he's more than happy to connect us as well. So that could be a couple of ways.
Yeah, awesome. Press on, Preston. Fantastic. So really appreciate you jumping on here, Preston. Great content, great information. Everyone else watching, hope you enjoy this. Reach out, let us know. We got a whole IW community. If you want to reach out to Preston, drop me a line, then we can see what we can do also. Thank you, Preston. Take care, everybody else. Have a good one.